We are opportunity. We are Rice Lake.
We're on the field. Dan Hill, head coach of the Rice Lake Warriors, on are here. Something the team has been pointing for all season long. But first of all, let's talk about that big win over Hudson last week. Down 14-0 early on their field. It would have been easy for the kids to pack it in at that point, go home with only 2 losses on the regular season. But they didn't pack it in, did they?
No, they kind of did what we've been doing all year. I mean, they've been a second-half team. They don't quit. They'll keep playing. And we made mistakes in the first half, particularly on defense. And, I was really proud of how they hung in there and ended up doing what we did. I mean, a lot of things had to go right. I mean, but we had to execute. We had to use the clock wisely and all of that stuff.
And you made the key play on their 2-point conversion attempt, and I don't know that they had one at all season long. And when you do a 2-pointer, that's different than running a regular play from the 2. You've got to get in there, and they did not execute quite as well as you guys picked up on.
Yeah, to me, that was the play of the game, and we were trying to get that across to the kids as it was setting up. When they scored that touchdown, I said, guys, this is it right here. We got to get this. And they did, and then we were able to run out the clock.
So now you've got Kaukana coming in, a team from the other side of the state under the new system this year. We're going to see a lot more of longer road trips in the earlier rounds especially, but you're the guys who are at home and you earned that this year. They've got to come a long ways, but they look like they're ready to play.
Oh, yeah. They're when you look at what they're playing, I mean, everyone knows about Kimberly. They lost to Kimberly 8-6, had a chance to tie it. So that should say something. They've lost some other games that put them down there on the rankings, but make no mistake, this is Division II playoff football. The bad teams have all put their stuff away.
And it looks like they're doing on offense a lot of what similar opponents have done all year long. They run out of the pistol a lot. They throw the ball not necessarily deep a lot, but they'll run a lot of plays and a lot of guys at you.
Yeah, they will. You see as they're going by right now, they got 3 coach buses loaded with players. So depth is a positive on that side for them.
All right, the kids have the goal in front of them, which is another trip to Camp Randall, but they know that they have to take it one step at a time, and tonight's the first step.
Yeah, and the seniors, one team's going to play another week, the other one's done.
All right, Coach, thanks so much. Good luck tonight against the Galloping Ghosts.
Thank you.
Head Coach Dan Hill of the Rice Lake Warriors. Back with more from Punt Field and Rice Lake after this 2-minute timeout. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
And here comes Bill and Barry through the doors of Diamond as eyeballs in downtown Rice Lake.
A plan for you? Give us a call and we'll work with you and your family dentist to give you a smile that you'll love. At Hack Orthodontics, we love smiles.
Hi, this is the Olympic Fitness Team.
Are you ready to race?
Olympic Fitness, we help in your life by becoming a member of Olympic Fitness today. We look forward to meeting you.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Gary State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit GaryStateBank.com or call to learn more. Gary State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Gary State Bank.
And we're back at Punt Field. Our game time conditions brought to you by Computers with Byte. We have partly cloudy skies, 49 degrees, and a bit of a breeze here at game time. We expect to get temps down to about 38 by the fourth quarter. We're going to take our final break of our Swamp Motor Company pregame show. We'll be back in 90 seconds plus station identification. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Hi, I'm Sue from Travel Designers, Travel Leaders of Rice Lake, and I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague Denise from Travel Leaders Eau Claire.
Thanks, Sue, and we've got some exciting news.
As of November 1st, our Rice Lake office will merge with Eau Claire, and your travel dreams will be fulfilled by Denise and her experienced staff.
We're looking forward to giving Sue's Rice Lake area clients the same excellent service they've enjoyed for so many years.
To call Travel Leaders Eau Claire at 715-834-2686 and make those vacation dreams come true.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $3,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Under Air Heating and Cooling, you call, we'll answer. On the job?
Under Air Heating and Cooling.
In the middle of the night? Under Air Heating and Cooling. Even in the shower.
Under Air Heating and Cooling. Hi, this is Shane Larson, owner of Under Air Heating and Cooling. You call and we answer with no hidden fees.
It's music right now. Get ready! You are listening to the one and only.
This is the best country station.
And back we come live now on WJMC and YouTube. Our pregame show brought to us today by Swant Motor Company. Our first quarter sponsors are Pumps Tire Service and Bush and Gillis Furniture. The Galloping coach, Matt Binsfield, in his 10th season. They've won 2 Fox Valley Association championships under Binsfield, and only 2 of his 9 seasons now, 8 seasons with playoff berths and only 2 without. Kaukana has been to Madison only once in school history. Back in 1992, they lost the Division II title game to Monroe, 38-0. Last year, they lost to West De Pere in the quarterfinals, 20-14 to finish at 9-3. West De Pere, of course, in the next round ran into the Rice Lake Warriors in Marshfield and went down. Dan Hill, in his 20th season as head coach of the Warriors, is hoping to extend it a couple of 3 more games. 145 career wins, 76 losses, a .656 winning percentage. This is the 13th time the Warriors will have made the playoffs under Dan Hill, seeking the 10th trip to Madison in school history and hoping for their 4th state championship, winning the Division III title last year, or 2 years ago, with a win over Grafton, and runner-up last year, losing by 1 point to Slinger. They've been very good in the first round under Hill. In 13 previous first-round games, they've won 12. The only loss in the first round under Dan Hill was at Medford in 2011, losing by 26-8, and most of their wins have been blowouts. 12 first-round victories under Dan Hill is over 30 points per game. Last year, they knocked off DeForest here, 56-22.
We'd like to take a moment to recognize our officiating crew for tonight's game.
And in fact, the last time they played a first-round game away from home was that 2011 loss to Medford.
The Galloping Ghosts will receive.
Kaukana will receive the opening kickoff. They're dressed in traveling white with black numbers and red trim, black helmets. They have a tradition on their field. Their mascot is a masked rider similar to Zorro, riding a black horse, and the rider rides the horse across the field and delivers the game ball to the referee at center field, right in the middle. And when they did that last week in their home finale against Appleton East, the referee dropped the ball. Maybe he was a little bit startled. But their mascot and the horse did not make the trip here to Rice Lake, but they did as a team, and they're going to be ready to go to return this opening kickoff. Back to receive for Kaukana, Will Clark. And also deep back there is Lathian Hurst. Jack Larson will kick off for the Warriors, wearing their traveling or their home blue jerseys, the gold numbers, gold pants, and a short kick as the Warriors trying to avoid a long kickoff taken by one of the Upmen at the 40, up to across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. On the return for Kaukana is Bron Schaefer. And the Galloping Ghosts start off with pretty decent field position at the Kaukana 48-yard line. They'll run a pistol formation. their quarterback out there, who's been banged up a little bit this year, is Ryan Carell. He'll have his running back next to him. Carell back to throw on first down, fires across the middle. It is almost picked off. One-hand grab almost out there by the Warriors' Bodie Schultz. And the Rice Lake defense, which has not had a whole lot of forced turnovers this year, has comes close on that one. It'll be second down. Carell played last week after missing the Kimberly game. He comes in hitting 58.3% of his passes for 1,369 yards, 7 touchdowns, 6 picks. He throws again left side. He's got his man 50, 45 down to about the 42-yard line. On the reception is Kavanaugh Weinberg, who is also their place in the state. And it looks like Weinberg has 11 yards or maybe just 10. We have not had a measurement on the field all season, and we're not going to have one now. They say that's enough for the Kaukana first down. Weinberg's 10-yard catch moves the sticks. Kaukana with the game's initial first down. And the Galloping Ghosts coming in averaging 21.7 points per game, about 245 yards on the ground, 124 through the air. Carell looking over the sidelines. Man in motion, he'll throw again. Looks right, now looks left, might have to run for it. He does, cuts back inside, has some yardage, and he's going to be close to a first down, and looks like he's going to get it down to about the 31-yard line. Ryan Carell, I beg your pardon. Another 10-yard pickup for Kaukana. Second first down of the drive for the Ghosts, who started with a relatively short field after the Rice Lake Pooch kickoff. With a relatively short field after the Rice Lake Pooch kickoff. 2 wideouts come wide to the right. Weinberg, number 1, is one of them. There's the first handoff to the running back that we've seen yet. That is number 0, Aiden Reardon, their leading rusher, with 454 yards coming in, 3.5 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Reardon gains 6 yards on the first rushing play of the game. And so it's a second down and 4 for Kaukana. 10:20 to go, first quarter. Galloping Ghosts on the drive. Carroll back there along with Reardon. Now he'll stack trips over to his right to the wide side of the field. He'll hand off to Reardon, cuts inside the right tackle, and he's got the first down again. He's inside the 20 and down to about the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 7 yards on the play for Reardon on his second carry, and a third first down for Kaukana on their opening drive. The Fox Valley Association that Kaukana plays in, one of the toughest conferences in the country. You mentioned Kimberly is in there, Nina is in there. 2 of the top Division I programs in the state. Wideouts left and right. They have a wing on the right. Reardon next to Carroll off of his left hip. Carroll will throw quickly over to the right side. Got his man to the 10-yard line and down toward the end zone. Touchdown! Kaukana scores on the touchdown to Tyler Schwalbach. And the Galloping Ghosts have galloped right down the field, 52-yard drive to start the football game and lead it 6-0 here in Rice Lake. Weinberg will attempt the extra point. He's hit 16 of 17 so far this season. 9:31 to go, first quarter, and we have a whistle. Weinberg is going to trot back over to the Kaukana bench for some reason. Might have been an equipment issue here. And indeed, we will have a different kicker coming in. The kicker is McCoy Luneau with the kick. It's up and it is good.
Weinberg's extra point is good.
The score now is Kaukana 7 and Rice Lake nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Hi, this is Mike from Hometown Mattress. Right now, during the fall sale, you can save big. Take up to $1,000 off luxury heirloom mattresses. Save up to $700 on Beauty Rest Black, or up to $625 on hybrid mattresses. Plus, get up to $300 of top-of-bed credit with your purchase. And yes, we'll even throw in free local delivery. Great financing options are available, but hurry. This sale ends in just a few weeks. Don't wait. See us at Hometown Mattress, where I guarantee a better night's sleep for less.
Well, the Kaukana Ghosts on a 19-yard pass from Carroll to Schwalbach take the lead on the Rice Lake Warriors, whose opening strategy to avoid a long kickoff return backfires. This is a short kick to the 15 and the 20. Will Svensson back there for Rice Lake, riding a blocker across the 30 to the 35-yard line.
Will Svensson with the return brings the ball out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors.
So the Warriors start 1st down and 10. 9:26 to go in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. The last time the Warriors played on this field was against River Falls, and they suffered their only loss of the season. Starting now with the 35 on the left hash mark. Counter play right away. Big hole off the right side, but tripped up on a great defensive play. Aaron Hoffman is brought down out there on an ankle tackle by Luke Tetzlaff, number 5. Looks like Aaron might have had a big one going on there, but a nice play by Tetzlaff. Holds them to a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 now for Rice Lake. And the ball at the Warrior 39-yard line. Under 9 minutes to go, first quarter. Warriors trailed 14-0 in the first half in Hudson last week. We're in a shootout up in Superior the week before that. Hoffman in motion, handoff to Jack Larson. Do we have a fumble on the play? We might have. But it looks like Rice Lake retains possession. In any event, Larson has a 1-yard gain on that one. He comes in as the Warriors' leading ground gainer. 205 carries coming into the game, 1,085 yards for the regular season, averaging 5.3, 12 touchdowns. And he can break one. His longest is 48 yards, and that was back in the Wisconsin Rapids game at the end of August. 3rd down and 5 for the Warriors. Big play right here. Aaron Cronquist wide left, pitch left side, got his man riding the block, and first down across the 45-yard line for the Warriors. Aaron Hoffman Xander Easton on the play, beg your pardon. Hoffman was leading the way, and it's a 6-yard gain for Xander, and the Warriors' initial first down of the game. Kaukana had 3 on their, make that 4 on their initial drive for the touchdown. At their own 46-yard line. Will Svensson goes wide to the right. He's the team's leading receiver. Hoffman in motion, handing off Larson. Kaukana closes the gap quickly, and that'll hold Jack to a gain of 1 yard or 2 on the play.
Larson with the carry up the middle, picks up 1, 2nd down in the long 8.
2nd and 8 now for, give it about 2-yard gain on the play for Larson. Tight formation now, Hoffman and Easton at the wings. Larson behind Grant Paholke, the senior quarterback. They wait a minute. They take that look back at the sidelines. The only team they've caught on that all year long was River Falls. That forced the Wildcats to jump a couple of times in that game. There's the handoff to Larson. He's hit hard at the line. A big initial hit out there by Wyatt Romanesco, number 11 for Kaukana. And Larson, they're going to give him a generous spot on that one, down to the 40 up to the 49-yard line. And we have an official's timeout. Gain of only 1 yard on the play. All right. Clock rolling with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rice Lake trailing 7-0. Again, another third and relatively long situation. Cronquist over here to the short side to the left. Will Svensson, number 11, goes deep on the right side. Hoffman and East in motion. There is Hoffman. Back to throw. Paholke for the first time. Looking deep. Looking for Svensson. Got his man open. Knocked down. Double coverage on Svensson down there. And the Ghosts force Rice Lake into a fourth down situation. And let's see what the Warriors want to do here. And they're going to, looks like they're going to punt it away. Aaron Hoffman, though, is the punter for Rice Lake. And he, of course, can run with the football. They've not been successful on any of their fake punt attempts this year. I can only recall one. Hoffman is back there right now. He is averaging 35.6 per kick. One man is deep for Kaukana. Takes the snap. He's going to kick it away. Boom it. Kind of a line shot. One hopper taken by Weinberg at the 14-yard line. Weinberg is going to be ridden hard and penalty marker down. We might have a face mask call coming up against Rice Lake.
Hoffman's punt is returned by number 1, Weinberg. Brings the ball out to the 21-yard line. There's a penalty on the field.
A 37-yard punt by Hoffman, which is right in line with his average. No signal yet from the official. And now they're talking about it. Still talking about it. And we're finally going to have an indication. We have a holding call against Kaukana. And a personal foul, face mask against Kaukana as well. Now, if that is the case, Rice Lake will have a choice of, I believe he meant face mask against the Warriors, which would mean offsetting penalties on the return, so the return will stand, or should. Now, wait a minute. No, it is. You very rarely see a face masking call against the receiving team. And they'll do half the distance to the goal. They took it from the spot of the foul, which was where Weinberg started his return. So our first penalty of the football game is a short major penalty, if you will. And that puts Kaukana at their own 7-yard line. Carroll takes a high snap, hands off, Reardon. Nope, he's going to keep it himself, rolls over to the left side. He is a running quarterback. He comes into the game with, that is his 55th rushing attempt. 332 yards coming in, 6.1 per carry. And he gains 5 right there. And he has 15 yards, now had a critical 10-yard run that got them a first down on their opening drive. Under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rice Lake trailing at 7-0. Warriors got 1 first down on their initial possession after Kaukana drove 52 yards on their first one after the kickoff to score the game's first touchdown. Carroll with Reardon off of his hip. Reardon with the handoff. Reardon cuts back inside, shows a burst of speed. He's up across the 20-yard line to about the 22 or 3. It'll be a first down for Kaukana.
Number 28, Mohamed Joby on the carry.
Mohamed Joby, I beg your pardon.
Brings the ball up to the 23-yard line, first and 10 to Kaukana.
It's an 11-yard gain for Joby. First down for the Ghosts, their 5th. Carroll will be back to throw. Looking. Lots of time. All kinds of time. He's going to run for it himself. He's going to get some yardage. He cuts his way across about the 35 to the 36-yard line. It'll be enough for another Kaukana first down. A gain of 11 for Carroll. Good coverage downfield for the Warriors. They'll spot it at the 25-yard line. at the 35-yard line, I beg your pardon. A gain of 12 on the play. And first down, number 6 for Kaukana. 1st and 10, Ghosts at the Kaukana 35-yard line. High snap. They're going to blow the play dead right away. And we have illegal procedure coming up against Kaukana. Their second penalty. That'll move things back to the 30-yard line. First down and 15 right now. Coming wide to the right, that's Weinberg, number 1. And one of his teammates, Carroll, back there. Fires right side. Weinberg catches it in stride, gets up to about the 35. He had a blocker in front of him, but the Warriors coming up nicely, getting around Quentin Gustman, who was in there as a blocker. Gain of 5, so they're back to the original line of scrimmage. Now 2nd down and 10. Carroll is 3 out of 4. And Weinberg, 2 catches for a total of 15 yards. 2nd down and 10. 3:49 and counting in the first quarter. Warriors looking to force a Kaukana punt. 2 wideouts to the left, to the wide side of the field, 1 here to the right. Back to throw, Carroll looking, in trouble, fires over the left sideline, overthrown, looking for Weinberg over near the first down marker by the Kaukana sideline, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 10 situation for the Ghosts. Big play coming up right here for both teams. Clock stopped with 3:26 to play in the first quarter. Coming over here to the near side is Pearson Bauer, number 7. 2 wideouts to the left. Back to throw, Carroll again. Looking. Across the middle, the slant. Incomplete, through behind the intended receiver, Bennett Geltner, number 14. And that will bring up a 4th down situation. Good coverage by the Warriors. They would have had Geltner, I think, even if he had made the catch well short of the first down. So now we're going to see Kavanaugh Weinberg in there to punt. He is the number 1 punter in the state of Wisconsin for those with at least 11 attempts, or at least 9 attempts through the regular season. He's kicked 11 times. He's averaging 47.2. Takes the snap. Gets the kick away, and it is indeed a beauty. Fair catch signal by Will Svensson on his knee at about the 35-yard line. So one of Weinberg's shorter punts of the year, certainly. That's only 30 yards. But the point is, the Warriors get the football at their own 35-yard line. With 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Warriors started their previous possession, their first of the game at the 35, made a first down, and then had to punt the ball away. They got up to their own 49. All right, let's see if the Rice Lake offense can get rolling here. Hoffman in motion, takes the pitch, rolling to the right, getting a block from Easton out front, cuts back inside the block, but the Ghosts close quickly. Among those on the stop are Wyatt Romanesco, number 11, who's off to a pretty good start defensively tonight. Gain of 2 on the play for Hoffman. 2 carries, 6 yards total. Hoffman coming in, averaging 7 yards per carry, 415 yards in the regular season with 5 touchdowns. Cronquist, wearing those pink socks, comes wide here to the left, to the wide side of the field. It's 2nd down and 8 for Rice Lake at their own 37. Paholke will keep it himself, fakes the handoff to Larson, and they snow him under. No gain on the play by the looks of it. It will be the first rushing attempt of the game for Grant. Tail of the ball still, let's call it the 37, so no gain on the play. Maybe a foot or so. 2:16 and counting in the quarter. Cronquist again coming here over here to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Svensson lines up on the right side. See what Paholke does. There's Hoffman in motion. Counterplay inside. Cutting inside. That's Will Hutzler. Hutzler still going across the 45, and he's got the first down. Colin Hutzler, the sophomore, on a big run for Rice Lake. A 9-yard gain, and the Warriors get the first down. Hutzler has had some nice games this year. He also plays some defense. He returned some kicks. Showing nice shifty speed there. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. They're at their own 46-yard line. Looking to get into Kaukana territory for the first time. Hoffman in motion. Handoff. Larson picks his way on the right side. Again, is hit hard. They're certainly well aware of number 47. And he's brought down after no gain on the play.
Larson with the carry, no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
4 carries for Jack. He's got 4 yards officially, or unofficially by my count. 2nd down and 10 now for Rice Lake. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Little bit of a breeze tonight. Nothing much to speak of. No advantage for either team, no matter which direction they're going in. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Will Paholke put it up? He will not. He'll counterplay. Nice hole inside. Hoffman, off he goes. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Aaron Hoffman, 54 yards, and the Warriors are 1 point away from tying the football game, and 1 point away from, plus that, from taking the lead. Boy, did he have a hole, and Aaron saw the green in front of him and turned on those Jets. That is his longest run of the season. He had a 51-yarder against River Falls. And the Warriors, as per normal, will go for 2. They're hitting on 73.7% of their 2-point attempts this year. They're 18 points ahead of what they would get had they kicked every point. And going for 2 right here to take the lead. Hutzler and Hoffman are back there. There's the handoff to Aaron. Blasting his way in for the conversion. And with 39 seconds to go in the first quarter, Rice Lake has taken the lead. It's the Warriors 8 and the Galloping Ghosts of Kaukana 7. We're back in half a minute. This is Warrior Football at WJMC and YouTube.
Ready to move better and feel stronger? Meet Ashley Knudsen, Cumberland Healthcare's Doctor of Physical Therapy and Certified Lymphedema Therapist.
I'm Dave.
Whether you're recovering from surgery, managing chronic pain, or working to improve your health, Ashley's expertise can help you reach your goals. Don't let pain hold you back. Call 715-822-7500 to schedule your appointment with Ashley at Cumberland Healthcare. Your journey to better movement starts here.
Aaron Hoffman single-handedly gives the Warriors the lead with a 54-yard touchdown run and then the 2-point conversion. It is now 8-7 Rice Lake. 39 seconds to play in the first quarter here in at rather frosty Puglund Field. We'll get down into the upper 30s by our fourth quarter tonight, they say. Well, it is late October. Fortunate that it's not snowing. Jack Larson will kick off for Rice Lake. Let's see if he pooches this one as well. He will. Tips over to the front line. It's caught at the 36-yard line, and getting up to about the 45-yard line is the return man on that one for Kaukana. On the return, that was Bron Schaefer. So this time the Ghosts have the ball at the 45. With 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. On their previous possession, the first one of the game after the opening kickoff, they had it at their 48. 2 wideouts go deep left, one over here to the right side. Reardon next to Carroll in the backfield for Kaukana. Back to throw he goes. In trouble. Looking, unloading, deep right side, way overthrown. Good coverage downfield by the Warriors and great pressure. The intended receiver down there for Kaukana, Quentin Gustman.
2nd and 10, Kaukana.
Carroll is now 3 of 7 passing for 34 yards. He's got 2 men to the left this time, 1 to the right. He fakes the handoff to Reardon, passes right side, got his man at the 50-yard line. Fumble! Who's got it? Warriors have the ball at the 45-yard line. The pass was complete to Pearson Bauer. He was hit near the sideline, chucked the ball up. The only question was, could the Warriors get to it before it went out of bounds? It would have stayed Kaukana's ball, but instead the Warrior defense forces the turnover. We talked about that at the beginning. They'll spot the football where? There is a penalty on Kaukana, ineligible receiver downfield. It is declined, and the ball will be at the 44-yard line of the Warriors. It would have been an 11-yard pickup and enough for the first down. We have to give Bauer credit for the 11, but Rice Lake, more importantly, gets the football. 1st and 10 Warriors with 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. The ball at their own 44. Chance to build on the lead. Pahulke will keep it himself, struggles up to about the 47 or 48 before he is brought down. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter with our score. Rice Lake 8 and Kaukana 7. We're back in 1 minute. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Pomp's Tire Service. Service is what we do.
Since 1939, Pomp's Tire has been the trusted name in automotive repair, fleet service, over-the-road and farm, tires, wheels,
and more.
We know tires
and service.
Whether you need routine maintenance or more complex vehicle repairs, you can trust Pomp's mechanics to give you a reliable estimate.
Pomp's Tire Service. We know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
South Main, Rice Lake.
Take your house a home that you've been dreaming of. Pushing down the furniture. The best selection and value to make you smile. It's our pleasure serving you with a warm and friendly style. Push and Gillis furniture. Our family to yours.
We are back here at Puglund Field in Rice Lake. I'm Dave Tyndall, Mike Carlson at the controls at our studios up on Radio Hill, and we have Ella Newhouse. We welcome her to our broadcast team, running the camera here for our YouTube tonight. After Daniel Broker got things rolling for us, Rice Lake starting the second quarter, 2nd down and 6 from their own 48-yard line, leading 8-7 and looking to extend the lead on this drive. Handing off Jack Larson, not much happening. This is not an unusual start for Jack. The teams tend to focus on him at the beginning, and then in the second half, things start opening up for him. The line starts asserting itself. The other guys get a little tired. A gain of 2 on that play. He's got 5 carries now, a total of 6 yards. Tail of the ball on the 50-yard line. Pahulke under center. Svensson to the wide side of the right. Rolling right, looking for Will. Fires deep. Right side. Svensson is open. Incomplete. Again, double coverage. Out there for Kaukana. That was Will Clark, number 4. And number 5 out there, Luke Tetzlaff. They're well aware of Svensson. 4th down coming up now for the Warriors. Penalty marker. Let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be against Kaukana. And a big one it is. It's going to be a roughing the passer call against the Ghosts. Brings the ball all the way down to the Kaukana 35-yard line. It'll be a first down for Rice Lake, their third of the football game. It is the third penalty of the game on Kaukana for a total of 27 yards. So the tail of the ball is now on the Kaukana 35-yard line. Winner of this game moves on to round 2 next Friday night against either Wauwatosa East or Milwaukee Rufus King. Those two teams playing in Milwaukee tonight. And yes, if the Warriors win it, that winner down there will have to come way up here. Jack Larson straight ahead for the Warriors.
Larson with the carry up the middle.
It is a gain of 3 yards on the play for Jack. He has 6 carries now for 9 yards. Will Svensson was the second leading receiver in the Big Rivers this year with 631 yards. The leader was Mason Novak of River Falls, and the Warriors might very well see that bunch in the state semifinals. But first things first, second down and 7 for Rice Lake. Easton in motion, counterplay. Hoffman trying to find some opening, not much of one there, gets to the 30 maybe, for a gain of what will amount to be 2 yards. They'll put the nose of the ball right on the 30. Let's call it a couple of yard gain. Brings up a third down and about 6. Well, closer to 5 yards for the Warriors. 10 minutes and counting in the first half. Will Svensson comes over here to the near side to the right. Ball is close to the middle of the field on the 30-yard line. Hoffman in motion, fakes the pitch. Paholke throwing left side, wide open. Larson, left side 20, 15, rides the defender down close to the 10-yard line. What a great ball fake by Grant Paholke that one was, huh? It'll be a first down for the Warriors, their 4th. It is a gain of 18 yards on the play. Paholke's first pass completion of the game. And it is a 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the Kaukana 12. 9:40 and counting in the first half. Warriors come up to the line. Colin Hutzler is in at the right wing now. Under center is Paholke. Handing off Larson. Again, the Ghosts collapse on him. And Larson may have no gain on that play. Let's see where they spot the football. They are very generous in giving him about a yard. Second down and 9, maybe a little bit less. Warriors can get a first down at about the 2. 8:54 and counting in the first half. Rice Lake leads it 8-7. Cronquist goes wide to the left. And the Warriors line up now with an I formation. Handing off, Hoffman blasting his way through the line, and he's got yardage down to about the 4-yard line. And they'll spot it at the 5, actually, a gain of 6. Brings up a 3rd and 3 for Rice Lake. A lot of options here for the Warriors. They're certainly going to go for it on 4th down if they have a chance, if they have the necessity to do that. Bodie Schultz, number 40, comes in. Warriors might be going with their I formation here. And they are. Schultz in front of Jack Larson. Hutzler goes wide to the right side. Hoffman wide left. Handing off, Jack Larson looks his way to the end zone, busts off a tackle, he's in there, touchdown! He knocked over at least 3 Kaukana players on his way to the end zone. And Jack Larson has given the Warriors an extended lead now up to 14-7. The 5-yard run includes Rice Lake's 5th first down of the game, and they will go for 2 again. for Jack Larson, his 13th rushing touchdown this season. And he's in there right now at the fullback slot. They counterplay, looking for Hutzler, but they smelled that one and drop him down for a loss on the play, so the conversion attempt fails, and the score remains Rice Lake 14, Kaukana 7. 7:48 to go, first half. We'll be back in half a minute. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
You've got buying power with Terrablue. You've got buying power when it comes to Terrablue. With every market friend for every job is blue. Terrablue reach out to bring quality to very best in service from everything we do. You've got buying power with Terrablue.
Well, after giving the Kaukana Galloping Ghosts an 7-0 lead on their first possession of the football game, Rice Lake comes back and asserts itself offensively and defensively. Forced a punt on Kaukana's second possession and a fumble on their third one. And the Warriors, after punting the football away on their first possession, score 2 times in a row. 7:48 to go now, second quarter. Larson will kick off, and he's gone short both previous times. Warriors have been gashed on long kickoff returns several times this year, so Dan Hill playing it close to the vest on the kickoffs tonight. But this time Larson kicks one deep. It's going to be taken down at the 13-yard line, to the 20, to the 25, and down hard at about the 30-yard line. On the play for Kaukana, the return goes to Will Clark, number 4. And the Ghosts, though, with their worst field position to start after a kickoff at the 29-yard line. Their previous worst field position of the game was at their own 7 after a punt and a penalty. But after a kickoff, the third time Rice Lake has kicked off tonight, this is the worst they've been. Carroll takes the high snap, hands it off to Reardon. Reardon picks his way through the line and is dropped at about the 36-yard line after a gain of 7 yards on the play. Reardon 3 carries and 20 yards. Second and 3 now for Kaukana. We'll take a look at halftime of other games being played around the state in Division II, as well as getting updates on the World Series. Blue Jays and Dodgers opening things up tonight. And the 2 other playoff games being carried on the Armada Radio Network this evening. The Division 5 game, Barron at St. Croix Falls. Division 6 with Fall Creek visiting Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser. Second and 3 now for Kaukana. Man in motion. Carroll pitches right side. They're going to run a gadget play. Pass left side. Got his man out there. Weinberg on the catch across the 50. And on that halfback option, that was Bron Schaefer on the pass for Kaukana. And it results in a Galloping Ghosts first down, their 7th of the football game, down to the Rice Lake 47-yard line. A gain of 17 yards on the play. And Kaukana on the march. Carroll will go back to throw. Looking, has to run again. This time he's going to be driven out of bounds and sacked and fumbles the ball, but it goes out of bounds. It will stay with Kaukana. Big play by Dayton Eck, number 70 for the Warriors, as they contain Carroll all the way back, and it goes out of bounds at the 42 of Kaukana. That is an enormous loss, but a penalty marker down. Eck on that play. Thought there was a penalty marker, apparently not, which is fine. And as far as the Warriors are concerned, a loss of 11 on the play. Carroll to throw. Now he's going to run for it. Skips his way past the line. He slides down at about the 49 of Kaukana. Make it the 48. They'll spot it. Carroll gains 6 on his 5th carry. He's got 22 yards net. And it brings up a 3rd down and about 14 now for Kaukana. Make it 15. They're at their own 48-yard line. 2 wideouts to the left. Number 0 is Aiden Reardon. Normally a running back. They bring him out, and we have a whistle. And a timeout called by Kaukana. With 5:40 to go in the first half, our score is Rice Lake 14, Kaukana 8. We're back in 1 minute. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
With insurance rates skyrocketing, you might need to call AIS, American Insurance Services in Rice Lake. They are local, and they'll go to work for you to find the best policy for the money. AIS, American Insurance Services, represents over 40 insurance companies. What does that mean for you? It means finding you the best coverage at the most affordable rates. That's real coverage, real savings. Google AIS, American Insurance Services in Rice Lake, or call 715-234-1314. AIS, American Insurance Services. Real coverage, real savings.
Honey, I think we got a problem in here.
Ugh, what's that smell?
Better call Care Sanitation.
Who?
You know, the folks who say, where a royal flush is always better than a full house.
When plumbing emergencies strike, Care Sanitation is your 24/7 solution. From slow drains to emergency holding tank pumping, we're the team you can trust.
Call Care Sanitation today at 715-234-6325. Care Sanitation. We care. Where a royal flush is always better than a full house.
Out of the timeout, Carroll goes deep and knocked down by the Warriors secondary. And that will bring up a 4th and long situation for Kaukana. Great downfield coverage by the Warriors. Weinberg, the intended receiver, and now he'll go back to punt. He had a 30-yarder his first time. We mentioned he's leading the state at 47.2 per punt for those with at least 9 attempts in the regular season. Now he gets a boomer away. Fair catch again signaled by Svensson. That'll be at the 14-yard line, make that 19-yard line. Only a 32-yarder this time for Weinberg. Second punt of the football game. And Rice Lake with their first possession that begins in the second quarter. 5:29 to go. And they'll start off at their own 20. All 3 timeouts remaining for the Warriors. Svensson will come over to the right side. Cronquist wide to the left. Let's see what Paholke does. Easton in motion, handing off Larson. Jack gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play. On his 9th carry. They'll say 3 yards. He has 18 on 9 carries. So he's averaging only 2 yards per carry, where for the season it's 5.3. So as we mentioned, in the second half, things will start to wear down on that Kaukana defense. 5 minutes and counting now in the second half, or second period, I beg your pardon. Warriors again with all 3 timeouts remaining will send Svensson wide to the left as the only wideout. Grant back to throw. He'll fire deep, looking for Svensson. Will goes up. Cannot make the catch, but a penalty marker is going to be thrown for pass interference against Kaukana. Will Clark back there, and the official had a bead on that one. Now, unlike the pros where they spot the football at the spot of the foul after a pass interference call, they will run this one from the line of scrimmage. And this will be enough to give the Warriors a first down. Single coverage that time on Svensson. And the Warriors trying to take advantage of it, and in a way they do by picking up the penalty. And the major flag is the 4th penalty of the game on Kaukana. Rice Lake does not have any penalties yet. Now the officials are talking about something. This should be from the spot of the foul. And it looked like they were going to start marching things off, and then they hesitated. Now we'll see what the call is. Pass interference, Kaukana. And against Rice Lake, offsetting penalties. They're calling Svensson for pushing off the same time as Clark did. So wipe out the penalty, a big break for the Ghosts. And it will remain 2nd down and 7 for Rice Lake at their own 23-yard line. This time Aaron Hoffman comes wide to the right. Man in motion. Counterplay. Nope. Here's Paholke keeping it himself. In trouble. Throws deep. It is going to be incomplete. Easton making a dive for it as he goes out of bounds. Good pressure by Kaukana. Paholke now 1 of 4 passing. Completed an 18-yarder to Larson that helped set up the second Warrior touchdown. But now the Warriors facing 3rd down and 7 at their own 23-yard line. 4:33 to play in the first half. 14-7 Warriors. We mentioned at the start of the show the Warriors typically get a blowout win in first-round play, but so far it's shaping up to be a tight game here against Kaukana. Back to throw, Paholke across the middle, but he throws behind Aaron Hoffman. Might have been able to get that first down, probably would have, if the ball had been on the mark. But that brings up a 4th and 7, and the Warriors will have to punt. Now that offsetting penalty call is big. Had it stayed, looked like against Kaukana, the Warriors would have had a first down. Instead, Hoffman is back to punt, got a 37-yarder his first time. Takes the snap, punts it away. Going to take a kind of a neutral bounce, but stay in Rice Lake territory, and it's going to be downed out there at about the 49, make it 48-yard line. Only a 26-yard punt for Hoffman. So this gives the Ghosts an opportunity to tie the football game and maybe take the lead. We have 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the first half. Kaukana takes it with their best field position yet at the Rice Lake 49. They have 2 timeouts remaining in this first half. Carroll with Reardon back there. Carroll will fire deep left sideline. It is caught on the run and in for the touchdown. Pearson Bauer takes it in stride. It was just about too far, but not quite far enough. Bauer beats the Rice Lake defense and goes 49 yards for the touchdown, and the Galloping Ghosts are within 1 point. Bauer with his second catch. He fumbled the ball away his first catch. Not this time. They're going to kick and try and tie the game. Weinberg is in there. He did not kick their first extra point. He came out of the game for some reason. Maybe there was an equipment issue, but he kicks this one through, and the score is now Rice Lake 14 and Kaukana 14. 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first half. We'll be back in half a minute. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Schmitz's Economart is your one-stop for everything you need. From groceries, fresh bakery, deli meats, and salads. And they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily, too. Plus sporting goods, liquor, pharmacy, and more. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Find Schmitz's Economart on Facebook for their weekly ad. Shop smart. Shop Economart in Spooner.
Now you know you're shopping smart when you shop Schmitz's Economart.
We are tied here with 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first half. Warriors will have an opportunity here to regain the lead before halftime. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. Kavanaugh Weinberg will kick off for Kaukana. And it's going to be a relatively short kick taken at about the 17-yard line and slammed down at about the 25-yard line or so. On the return for Rice Lake, that was Luke Schieffer. The ball at the 26-yard line now for the Warriors, which is where they'll start 1st and 10. With 4:09 to go in the first half. Grant Paholke trots out to the huddle. Well, the one thing the Warriors don't want to do, obviously, is turn the ball over here, so they might be somewhat conservative. See if they can bust a running play. Pitch right side, got his man Hoffman. Hoffman turns the corner, breaks 2 tackles. He's driven out of bounds at about the 37 or 38-yard line. A big hit out there by Wyatt Romanesco, who's having a big game on defense for Kaukana. Gets up to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 12. Rice Lake's 7th first down. Hoffman 6 carries. He's got 80 yards now. And 1st and 10 Warriors at their 38 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds. The clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play. Easton in motion. Counter play. Zander comes back, picks his name. That's Hoffman, I beg your pardon. Through the line to about the 43. Aaron's getting a lot of touches early on tonight. Didn't have a whole lot against Hudson last week. 2nd down at 5 for Hoffman's. After Hoffman's run, he's got 85 yards now. Clock rolling, 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Kaukana has been playing great pass defense against Svensson. Now the Warriors send Cronquist out wide to the left. Will Svensson lines up as a tight end on the right side. There's the handoff, Jack Larson fighting his way into that line. Hutzler is among those blocking ahead for him, and they blow the play dead at the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the play. Larson with his 10th carry. He's got 21 yards. His average is less than half of what it normally is. Now Svensson splits out a little bit here to the narrow side on the right. Cronquist to the left on 3rd down and 2 for Rice Lake. Hutzler in motion. Paholke hesitates, looks back at the line. The Ghosts do not bite. Clock rolling, 2:44 and counting in the first half. Tie game in the first round of the state playoffs. Paholke will keep it himself to the 50. He's hit and driven out of bounds at the 49-yard line. And the fans are calling for an out-of-bounds hit. Clark was in there, among others, for Kaukana. Gain of 6, though, for Paholke, and it'll be a first down for the Warriors, their 8th. We do have some fans from Kaukana who've made the long drive over here from the Appleton area, hoping for a shorter drive next week. They are the number 7 seed in this sectional, so if they win, they will definitely be on the road again next week against either Milwaukee Rufus King or Wauwatosa East. If the Warriors win this one, they will host the winner of that game. From the pistol, that's Paholke, fakes, throwing deep, right side, looking for Svensson again. He makes the grab, and he's touchdown! Will Svensson might have gotten away with a little bit of a push-off against Will Clark. But whatever contact there might have been, the officials let it go, and the Warriors take the 20-14 lead. A big play right there. Only the second completion for Grant Paholke. A 49-yarder. And the first catch of the football game for Will Svensson. Going for 2 again. Warriors trying to extend the lead to 8. Pitch right side. Firing into the end zone. All alone is Aaron Cronquist on the pass from Aaron Hoffman. Aaron to Aaron for 2, and the Warriors now lead 22-14. 2:29 to go, first half. We'll be back After this 30-second timeout, this is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Protect your home with Thunder Seamless Gutters, Gutter Helmet, and Helmet Heat from Asher Lasting Exteriors. Our highly trained technicians can install the complete water management system for your home. Gutter Helmet is filter-free, so it will never clog, guaranteeing you'll never clean your gutters again. Take advantage of our fall savings and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
Aaron Hoffman passing for 2 and extending the lead. Aaron Cronquist, his first score of the season. He has no touchdown catches. That was his first 2-point conversion catch for the junior. And Rice Lake leads it 22-14. And Jack Larson will kick off. He kicked the last one away, kicked it deep, and it paid off as the Warriors got Kaukana pinned back, and he boots another one. He's got a few touchbacks this year. This one's going to bounce. It's loose on the ground. Free ball picked up, 13-20. Look out, down the sideline, and knocked out of bounds finally at about the 41 or 42-yard line is Will Clark of Kaukana. No, I beg your pardon, that is Kavanaugh Weinberg on the return. And Kaukana comes out of here with pretty decent field position. 2:24 to play in the half, down 8, 2 timeouts remaining. And let's see what Carroll can do right here. He's got Reardon next to him. He hands off to Reardon. Reardon is going to be wrapped up in that backfield. Initial hit in there for Rice Lake by Colton Brunette, number 41. And they're going to give the Ghosts a very generous spot. No gain on the play. Reardon now 4 carries for 20 yards. Kaukana coming in, averaging 124 yards per game passing. They have 94 already. 2 wideouts go to the right, 1 to the left. Minute 48 and counting in the first half. Carroll might want to get them at least in a field goal position for Weinberg. Fires right side. It is almost tipped, but it is caught down at the 43-yard line. For number 88, that would be Tyler Schwalbach, who caught their first touchdown pass. And there's a handoff to Reardon, who is dropped right away. And they're going without a huddle. No gain on that play for Reardon. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Carroll, right side, got his man on the sideline. He evades a tackle down the sideline, knocked out of bounds. Weinberg gains 7 on that one for his 4th catch. Clock stopped when he went out of bounds. 1:05 in the half. 3rd down and 4 for Kaukana. Weinberg's longest field goal this year is 41 yards. Back to throw, Carroll. Heavy pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Fires deep. That's going to be overthrown. Triple coverage down there on the Kaukana receiver. That was Gustman. And it will bring up 4th down. And now they're way out of Weinberg's field goal range. 59 seconds. In pregame warm-ups, he had just enough distance from about 43 or 44 yards out, but he wasn't that terribly accurate. As mentioned, his longest this year, 41, so they're going to go for it. Going to try and get that 1st down and keep things going for at least a field goal attempt. Carroll back to throw. Looking deep, left side, got his man, that's wide open, and Weinberg to catch at the 20, down the 15 and out of bounds. Kavanaugh Weinberg makes the catch. 52 seconds to play in the half, and now Kaukana certainly not going to be thinking about a field goal, but a penalty marker is down. Holding is the call against Kaukana. It's coming back. The holding call will set up keep it 4th down, but it'll now make it about 13 yards to go. They haven't moved the football yet. The previous spot was the 37 of Rice Lake, and now they're marching it off up to the 47, and that will bring up a 4th and about 13. And now Weinberg will be back to punt. They don't want to throw an incomplete pass here, perhaps, and allow Rice Lake to get great field position. Weinberg, a little bit cold out there, so his punting average not quite what it has been for the season. Takes the snap, gets the kick away. This is going to be a line shot that's going to take a great Kaukana bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, and down to about the 2-yard line. Well, they needed a big punt from Weinberg, and they got one right there. Clock stops with 38 seconds to go in the half. At the 1-yard line, a 46-yarder for Kavanaugh Weinberg. That does wonders for his average, which was only 31 per kick for the first 2. Now up to 36. And the Warriors are certainly going to run nothing fancy right here, and Paholke is going to go straight ahead to try and get them a little breathing room. And he's going to get it out to about the 5-yard line. A gain of 5. And Warriors might be content to let the clock run out here, 30 seconds and counting in the first half. Kaukana not inclined to stop the clock here. And should be it. They may have to run one more play. Paholke comes out under center, and he's just going to take a knee. And the loss of a yard on the stat sheet. And that's the end of the first half with our score. Rice Lake 22 and Kaukana 14. We'll be back in 3 minutes. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
When was your last eye exam? At Northview Eye Associates, your vision is our mission. With new doctors now serving Spooner and Rice Lake, we're ready to take care of your whole family. Kids, grandparents, everyone. From complete eye exams and specialty fit contacts to treating eye injuries and removing foreign objects. They do it all. Don't wait to protect your sight. Call Northview Eye Associates today for immediate openings. Northview Eye Associates. Clear vision for every generation.
Under Air Heating and Cooling, you call, we'll answer. On the job?
Under Air Heating and Cooling.
In the middle of the night? Under Air Heating and Cooling. Even in the shower.
Under Air Heating and Cooling. Hi, this is Shane Larson, owner of Under Air Heating and Cooling. You call and we answer with no hidden fee. Get your furnace, boiler, fuel oil, fireplace checked today. Buy one service and get $50 off any additional service for the same day. Under Air Heating and Cooling, featuring Durastar, where you get the entire price the first time.
Under Air Heating and Cooling. Online, underair.com.
The best country station. Number 1, 96.1 WJMC Rice Lake.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit DairyStateBank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
Gibson's Water Care has been making water good for life for people in your communities for almost 50 years. Servicing 14 counties and over 10,000 happy customers. Book online now for a free home water analysis. Locally owned, American-made products and no long-term contracts. Need a plumber? Gibson's Water Care can help with basic plumbing needs too. Go online to Gibson's Water Care for more information.
Detroit makes the cars. Don Johnson Motors makes the deal. There really is a difference at the home of the pleasant buying experience. Great selections, we're working for you. Come in and see what Don Johnson can do. We always treat you better. Detroit makes the cars. Don Johnson Motors makes the deal.
Tired of the same old job? Need extra money this summer? Quantiton Rice Lake is your answer. Over 30 positions available with your name on it. College student looking for extra money? They have a job for you. Tired of where you're at but afraid of starting over? No worries, you'll be astonished at what they have to offer, even at time of hire. Join the team and be a part of something bigger with Quantiton Rice Lake. Wages, time off, benefits are above average. What are you waiting for? See what careers are in store for you at Quantiton.com/careers.
We are back here at Pugland Field in Rice Lake. I'm Dave Tyndall, Mike Carlson at the controls in our studio on Radio Hill on the audio side. Here on the video side in our booth tonight, Ella Newhouse doing a fine job on her rookie assignment. We appreciate her help out tonight. Daniel Broker also was helping out as well. We are at halftime with our score, the Rice Lake Warriors 22 and the Galloping Ghosts of Kaukana 14. Let's go over our unofficial first half statistics. The Warriors with 137 yards rushing, led by Aaron Hoffman, 7 carries for 85. And the big one, of course, the 54-yard run for Rice Lake's first touchdown. Jack Larson, 10 carries for 21. Let's see how he does in the second half. As mentioned, he tends to, the line tends to start asserting itself, and Jack usually does better in the second half than he does in the first in terms of yardage. Grant Paholke, 5 carries for 16 yards. Colin Hutzler, 1 for 9. And Xander Easton, 1 carry for 6. 137 yards rushing for the Warriors. In the air, Grant Paholke, 2 for 6 for 67 yards. Will Svensson, 1 catch for 49 yards and a touchdown. Jack Larson, 1 for 18 that helped set up the second Rice Lake score. Warriors with 204 yards total offense and 8 first downs. For the Galloping Ghosts of Kaukana, on the ground, not much going on there as the quarterback, Ryan Carroll for Kaukana, 22 yards on 5 carries. Aiden Reardon, 20 yards on 5 carries. And initially, Mohammed Job had 1 carry for 19 yards, and we haven't seen him since. 61 yards rushing for Kaukana. Carroll is 7 of 13 passing for 118 yards. And then they had a halfback option play by Bron Schaefer, 1 for 17 yards for him. He wasn't looking to run. He was going to throw all the way, and he got the 17-yarder away. Kavanaugh Weinberg, 4 catches for 39 yards to lead for in terms of catches. But then Pearson Bauer, 2 catches for 60 yards, including a 49-yarder for a score. And Tyler Schwalbach, 2 catches for 36 yards and their first touchdown. Kaukana with 196 yards in offense and 8 first downs, just like Rice Lake. Big differences here in turnovers. The Ghosts have 1 fumble, and the Warriors have not turned the ball over yet. Also penalties. Kaukana with 4 penalties for 37 yards. Rice Lake, no flags in the game. Warriors have punted twice. Hoffman averaging 36.5 yards per punt. And Weinberg, 3 punts for Kaukana, averaging about 36 as well. Kaukana got on the board on a 19-yard pass from Carroll to Schwalbach with 9:31 to go in the first quarter. The extra point kick was there, but not by their regular kicker, Weinberg. He had to leave the field for some reason, and McCoy Luno came in and kicked the point to make it 7-0. Warriors came right back, a 54-yard run by Hoffman, and then he goes in for 2 to make it 8-7, and that's how the first quarter ended. Rice Lake extending their lead with a 5-yard run by Jack Larson. With 7:48 to go in the first half, the run for 2 was no good. Rice Lake's lead stayed 14-7. The Ghosts came back and tied it up on a 49-yard pass from Carroll to Bauer. Weinberg's kick made it 14 apiece, and then Rice Lake scoring with 2:29 to go on a 49-yard bomb from Paholke to Will Svensson. Cronquist scoring his first points of the season on a 2-point pass from Hoffman to make it 22-14. And that's where we stand at halftime. We'll be back in 2 minutes to talk about the other playoffs going on and maybe get some scores from around the area. Halftime score is Rice Lake 22 and Kaukana 14. We're back in 2. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
At Charter Motor Company in Rice Lake, they specialize in affordable vehicles with 20 vehicles under $10,000.
Hello there, this is Mike Charter with Charter Motor Company. When you come here, you'll see we don't have a fancy showroom, but that's okay because what you will see is great values. Being family owned, we want to treat you like family, so less overhead means a better deal for you.
Listen weekly for the Charter Motor Company featured vehicle. Charter Motor Company, drive smart, save big. 1007 Hammond Avenue, Rice Lake, across from the fairgrounds. Visit chartermotorcompany.com.
Bill Michaels here from my friends over at Todd's Ready Mix. Now, if a landscaping project is in your future, see Todd's Ready Mix. Their experts can assist you in selecting the right material for your project, as well as arrange deliveries and calculate the amount of product you're going to need. I'm Bill Michaels, and I'm asking you, give my friends at Todd's Ready Mix a shout. Call them 234-2626. That's 234-2626.
Ready when you are. Todd's Ready Mix.
In today's world, a strong internet connection isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. That's why Mosaic Fiber Internet is bringing ultra-fast, reliable fiber right to your home. Whether you're working remotely, streaming your favorite shows, or helping the kids with homework, Mosaic keeps your family connected. Powered by local people with local support, because we live here too. Visit ExperienceMosaic.com and discover the difference fiber makes.
When it comes to concrete in Rice Lake, Logan and Noah at L&N Concrete are the team locals trust. They treat every project like it's their own, from fresh sidewalks and patios to ICF basements and smooth, durable floors. Whether you're after stamped or decorative concrete, L&N brings skill and peace of mind to every job. Don't let concrete projects stress you out. Call L&N Concrete, 715-205-4204, 715-205-4204, and let them take the stress out of concrete.
Halftime here in Rice Lake, 5:25 left in the intermission. On a chilly night, we were at 49 degrees at kickoff tonight. We're now down to 45, and we're going to get a little lower by the time we're ready to go home here this evening. 22-14, Rice Lake leading Kaukana here in the first round of the State Division II playoffs. One other score we have in Barron leading St. Croix Falls 7-0 in their Division 5 game over in St. Croix Falls. We don't have a score in yet on the Shatek Weyerhaeuser game against Fall Creek in Division 6. That game being aired over on the Fox 99.1. The Barron St. Croix Falls game on the Star 97.7. We have Bucks basketball over on WJMC AM 1240 96.5 FM. Bucks in Toronto tonight to play the Raptors. Third quarter, Bucks up by 1, 67-66. They started that one a little early because, of course, the World Series opens tonight in Toronto, and a little bit of a delay at the start for some reason, not due to rain unless the roof is locked open for some reason at the Rogers Center in Toronto. The Dodgers and Blue Jays in Game 1. Vikings lost to the Chargers out in LA last night to get the NFL weekend off to a start at 37-10. The Packers are in Pittsburgh Sunday night to take on the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. What a game that's going to be. 5 p.m. for the pregame show right here on WJMC FM. And tomorrow night, it's the Wisconsin Badgers and the Ducks from Oregon out in Eugene, Oregon. And we'll have the broadcast at 4 p.m. tomorrow for the pregame show. And the question has to be whether Wisconsin can beat the Ducks, who are ranked number 6 in the country, but whether they can score. Badgers have been shut out 2 games in a row for the first time since the John Jardine days back in 1977. Let's take a look at that Division II playoff bracket. 32 teams per division in each of the 7 divisions in 11-man football this fall. And they had a new system, as we talked about last week, that resulted in the 4 top seeds in the division all hosting first-round games in their respective sectionals. In the Warriors sectional, they are the number 2 seed, hosting number 7 Kaukana this evening. Other games in the sectional, number 4 Slinger, the Owls, last year's runner-up, or division champion, I should say, having beaten the Warriors by 1 in Madison. They got a number 4 seed, and they are hosting West Bend West tonight. The top seed in the division is Notre Dame Academy out of Green Bay. The Warriors beat them in the Division III semifinals 2 years ago in Marshfield. The Tritons of Green Bay, Notre Dame, stayed in Division III last year, won the championship, and now up in Division II, they are hosting Greenfield tonight. And Milwaukee Rufus King entertaining Wauwatosa East. Rice Lake will host the winner of that game if the Warriors hang on to this lead. And then the game between Green Bay and Greenfield, that winner will play the West Bend West Slinger winner. In the upper bracket on this side of the sectional, the River Falls Wildcats, ranked number 4 in the final state rankings, got the number 1 seed in that sectional. They are hosting Beaver Dam tonight. The Beavers coming up from the Madison area. La Crosse Central at home against Menasha. The winners of those 2 games will meet in the next round. River Falls with the 1 seed would be at home all the way through the quarterfinals. Oshkosh North hosting Marshfield tonight, and the New Richmond Tigers got a number 2 seed in that sectional. They are hosting Ashwaubenon. Over on the other side of the bracket, top-seeded West De Pere hosting Hartford. Pulaski is at Milton. Wauwatosa West at Union Grove, and Nicolay from Glendale, a Milwaukee suburb, at Holman tonight in north of La Crosse. And the number 1 seed, the Homestead Highlanders out of Mequon, hosting Menominee Falls tonight. Milwaukee Bayview is at Elkhorn. Wauwatosa West at Germantown, and Monona Grove, the Silver Eagles, who lost here to Rice Lake in last year's playoffs, are hosting Brookfield Central. Winners of tonight's games move on to round 2 next Friday night, and then round 3, the quarterfinal round, on Friday, the 7th of November. And then the winners of those games will meet in the semifinals at neutral sites on November the 14th, winding up with the state championship game in Madison on the 21st of November. The Rice Lake Warriors have yet to take the field. Now here they come finally. The Galloping Ghosts of Kaukana have been out there for a couple of minutes. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout and then be back for the start of the second half. This is Warrior football. Our score at halftime is Rice Lake 22, Kaukana 14. Back in 1 minute. This is Warrior football on WJMC and YouTube.
When you're faced with a challenge of how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than just winning or losing a game. They believe that the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since it started in 1965. From football to volleyball to soccer to tennis, the award recognizes more than team sportsmanship. It recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community as well. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how our team and your community can work together to be true champions. We are making great progress, but there remains a shortage of WIAA licensed officials for a number of high school sports in Wisconsin and nationwide. We owe a debt of gratitude to those who have committed their time and effort to ensure we are able to sustain education-based athletics, because without officials, there are no games. If you have what it takes to make the right call, please don't hesitate. An exciting and rewarding experience is calling you. So let's get you licensed as sports official by accessing the Officials tab at the top of the WIAA website homepage to get you started. A message from the WIAA, keeping the education in sports.
Back we come to Pugland Field in Rice Lake. I'm Dave Tyndall, and they have extended the halftime by a minute or so to allow the Warriors time to loosen up just a little bit. We have a couple of scores for you. Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser trailing Fall Creek 12-0 after 1 quarter in Chautauqua. And we had that early score, Barron 7-0 over St. Croix Falls, that game in St. Croix Falls. Winner of that game will most likely have to face the Northwestern Tigers up in Maple in the second round. Northwestern, the Heart of the North champion, undefeated and ranked number 1 in Division 5 all year long, and one of the most powerful rushing attacks in the state, are looking to roll all the way to Madison with that. The winner of the Chetek-Weyerhaeuser game against Fall Creek will most likely face the Regis Ramblers of Eau Claire down at Carson Park next Friday night. They are underway in the World Series in Toronto. Dodgers and Blue Jays, top of the first and no score. Rice Lake will receive the football to start half number 2. That's why they weren't that anxious to try to do anything at the end of the first half. That and the fact that they started at their 1-yard line. No sense at all in doing anything too hazardous at that point. Warriors had the big second half against Hudson last week. And 2 weeks ago up in Superior with all those points, total of 60 points scored in the first half between the two teams. It was a scoreless third quarter. And then the Warriors put it away in the fourth quarter. So we'll see how this game goes. We had 36 points total scored in the first half tonight. Total of 5 touchdowns. And we'll see if Rice Lake can put a long drive together to start this third quarter and give themselves a 2-score advantage. Will Svensson and Colin Hutzler will go deep. Luke Schieffer also is one of the deep men back there. And also back there, number 34 is Cooper Balls, just in case Weinberg doesn't get too much air underneath this one. Had an hour earlier start tonight due to the fact that Kaukana was coming from about 4 hours to the east. Whoever comes up here next week, if the Warriors are indeed playing in that game, will have even longer to go. It'll either be Rufus King High School out of Milwaukee or Wauwatosa East from the Milwaukee suburbs. Weinberg will line it up and tee it up at the right hash mark. Let's see what he tries to do here. Is he going to let her rip and risk a long return? Indeed he will. That's going to drive Svensson back to the 7-yard line, to the 10, to the 15. Dances his way past the 20 and in trouble, but now hauled down at about the 27-yard line. So the Warriors will start the second half right there. They'll call it the, let's say the 26 to 27. Warriors touchdown drives tonight. Had a couple of long touchdown plays and one sustained drive. And they're going to see what they can do here. Kaukana knows they need a big defensive stand here to get the ball back and maybe tie the game. There's the handoff to Jack Larson across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3. Larson again was 21 yards on 10 carries in the first half, and we'll see how he does here in the second. We'll keep a close eye on that. 2nd and 7 for the Warriors. The ball at their own 30-yard line. Paholke hands off again. Larson this time tries the left side. Gets a couple of 3 tough ones again. And another 3-yard pickup. 3rd down and 4 now for Rice Lake. It'll either be the Generals of Rufus King or the Red Raiders of Wauwatosa East coming here next week if the Warriors can hang on to this lead. They have not lost a first-round playoff game in 14 years. Here's Paholke carrying himself. 40, 45, 50. He is brought down hard at the Kaukana 45-yard line. On the play there is Luke Tetzlaff. And a first down at the Ghost 46-yard line. 21-yard gain for Pahokee on the 9th first down of the night for Rice Lake. That's the longest run from scrimmage tonight for Grant. He's got 37 yards on 6 carries. 1st and 10, Rice Lake. Inside counter. Here comes Hoffman. Dances his way, but is almost breaks that one free a little bit, though. But a nice ankle-type tackle by the defender for Kaukana. That was Tetzlaff again, who's been very active on defense. A gain of 3 on the play for Hoffman. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Warriors at the Kaukana 43-yard line. Tight formation for Rice Lake. Easton in motion, handing off Larson, or no, make that Pahokee on the keeper. And they shove him back after a gain of maybe 2. Second down, make that 3rd down and 7. We have a Kaukana player down on the field and having a hard time getting up. Looks like that is number 50, Mike Hill, a linebacker. They do not list, well, they do. Hill is a senior, and he's being tended to down on the field. Hopefully nothing serious. So we have 9 minutes and 38 seconds to play in quarter number 3. Warriors leading at 22-14. We have Badger football on tap for you tomorrow night from Eugene, Oregon. The Badgers against the 6th-ranked Ducks of Oregon. They've had a hard time with Oregon historically. Hill is up now. He's going to walk off the field under his own power, thankfully. Badgers played the Ducks tough in Madison last year, losing a close game. They played them a couple of times in the Rose Bowl, losing close games both times. I was at one of them at the end of the 2019 season, if I remember correctly. My brother and I went there. It's quite an experience, the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. If you ever have a chance to go, highly recommend it. 3rd down and 5 yards to go now for the Warriors. Svensson will come here to the right side. Cronquist wide to the left. Easton and Hoffman are the running backs, the wings. Pahokee keeps it himself, following Larson into that line. He's going to gain maybe only a couple on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and short for the Warriors. And I would think Dan Hill wants to go for this one. It'll be 4th down and 3 for the Warriors. All right, what will they do here? Fourth and 3. Big play right here for both teams. 9 minutes and counting in the third quarter. Hutzler comes wide to the right. Hoffman is wide left. The I formation now behind Pahokee. Fakes the handoff. Back to throw. Pops one quick over the middle. He's got his man, and that should be enough for a first down, depending on where they spot it. Svensson makes the grab at the 35. It is just enough for that first down. Gain of 4. Will with his second catch. First down number 10 for the Warriors. They convert a 4th down and now have a 1st and 10 at the 35 of Kaukana. 8:35 and counting in the third quarter. Hoffman will now go wide left. They'll stay with the I formation. Hutzler here to the right. Schultz and Larson behind Pahokee. Back to throw. Deep, right side, looking. Hutzler, it is incomplete. Clark almost had an interception there. Hutzler might have been able to get a hand in there and knock the ball away to prevent the pick. Pahokee now 3 of 8 passing. Second down and 10 for Rice Lake. Clock stops with 8:14 to go, third quarter. Warriors come out, back to the double wing formation with Larson the fullback. Hutzler now and Hoffman are the wings. Hoffman in motion. Here's the handoff up the middle to Larson. Jack plows ahead. He's got yardage down to the 31. It'll be a gain of 4.
Larson with a carry up the middle, gain of 4 on the play. Brings up third down and 6.
Third and 6 for Rice Lake at the Kaukana 31-yard line. As far as I know, this is the first time the Warriors have ever played Kaukana in football. For many, many years, of course. Until last year, the Warriors were in Division III, and all of the Fox Valley Association teams are either Division II or Division I. Third and 6 right now. Hutzler in motion. Pitch from Pahulke. Collin gets a block, cuts inside, down left sideline. He's going to be ridden out of bounds inside the 20. Colin Hutzler showing a great burst of speed right there. That'll be enough for a first down for Rice Lake, their 11th. They'll spot the ball at the 19. It's a gain of 12 for Hutzler on his second carry. He's got 21 yards. First down, number 11 for the Warriors, their third of this drive. Started at their own 27 after taking the second half kickoff. Pahulke handing off. Larson now, this time Jack is throwing himself down to the 10-yard line. Here we go. Gain of 9 on the play. Jack's longest gain from scrimmage tonight. He's now up to 40 yards on 14 carries. In the second half, he's got 4 carries and 19 yards. Svensson comes wide to the right. Cronquist to the left. Hoffman in motion, but they pause and look back at the bench. 6:26 and counting, third quarter. Pahulke will keep this one straight ahead, and he's got yardage down to the 5-yard line. Gets a first down. And now the Warriors are where they always like to be. First and goal at the 5, and when they get it this close or closer, they're almost impossible to stop. I haven't kept track this season, but I can't recall a time when they were stopped. Svensson to the right, Cronquist to the left. Ball in the middle of the field. Hoffman in motion, they blow the play dead, and we're going to have a penalty coming up against the Warriors, an illegal procedure call. That's their first penalty of the football game, and it came at a bad time, or a good time as far as Kaukana is concerned. They'll move the ball back to the 10-yard line, and it will still be a first and goal situation. Well, that changes the Warrior strategy just a bit. Still, though, they've got 4 downs to cover 10 yards, so you got to like their odds here. 5:51 and counting as the clock is restarted by the official. Cronquist again to the left and Svensson to the right. 22-14, Warriors looking to extend their lead here. And we have another movement by the Warriors on the line. That's the second in a row. And now this will push it back to the 15-yard line. This is highly unusual for a Warrior offense to commit 2 penalties like that back to back. I think that's the first time this season that has happened. Now they're back at the 15. It is still first and goal. Now we might see a change in strategy here. But we might see Pahulke going upstairs. 5.5 minutes to play in the third. Again, Cronquist left and Svensson right. Same formation for Rice Lake, only 5 yards further back. Pahulke pitches. Hoffman rolling right side, turns the corner, gets a block. Hutzler going for the side, a touchdown, but he's short. It'll be down at about the 4-yard line. Aaron knocked out of bounds. Nice lead block by Hutzler out there. Hoffman's having a nice game. That's his 9th carry. They'll spot it at the 3. It's a gain of 12. He has 100 yards rushing tonight on 9 carries. Now we have a more reasonable thing going on here. 2nd down and goal from the 3. Ball is on the right hash with Hutzler, I beg your pardon, that is Svensson a little bit over here to the narrow side to the right, and Cronquist wide left. Hoffman on the left wing, Hutzler on the right. Hoffman in motion, handing off. No, Pahulke keeps it himself, striving for that end line. He didn't get in there, though. He comes up just inches short of the goal line. Officially a gain of 2 yards on his 10th carry. 3rd and goal, inches away. Let's put the binocs on it and see. Yes, indeed, the nose of that ball is an inch or 2 from the goal line. I would think we're not seeing anything cute here. Pahulke under center, going to ride that line. Yes, indeed, straight forward. A good surge by Kaukana, but he's in there. Touchdown, Warriors. From inches away, officially 1 yard. Grant Pahulke gives Rice Lake a 28-14 lead. The score coming with 4:38 to play in period number 3. And now the Warriors, of course, will go for 2. Rolling to his right, Pahulke looking, firing in the end zone. It is caught by Will Svensson in the midst of 3 defenders for the 2-pointer. And the score is now Rice Lake 30 and Kaukana 14. We're back in half a minute. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Rice Lake Weighing Systems has always offered amazing benefits, but now they're better than ever. All employees get 5 weeks of paid time off, 10 paid company holidays, and increased pay in every role. There are opportunities in a variety of departments, plus a $3 shift premium for evenings. Apply to your dream job today at ricelake.com/careers. It's not too late to join our growing team.
Well, the longest drive of the football game for Rice Lake, 73 yards to start the 3rd quarter, and it used up a whole bunch of time. We're now at 4:38 to play, and Kaukana faces a 16-point deficit. Jack Larson will kick off for the Warriors. Let's see if Jack booms this one. They pooched a couple tonight. And approaches the football, and he kicks it away. Nice high kick to the 11-yard line, almost stepping out of bounds, but staying in there is Clark across the 20, and he's slammed down at about the 24-yard line.
Larson's kick is fielded around the 10-yard line.
Clark gets the ball up to the 24. And the Galloping Ghosts will start right there with their first possession of the second half. They scored on their first possession of the football game. After that, though, a punt, a fumble, another punt, then a touchdown, and then a punt on their final possession of the first half. Let's see what Carroll wants to do right here. He's got Reardon behind him, pass across the middle. It is overthrown. The intended receiver out there is Bauer. And if that had been a little bit higher, it would have been a great pick opportunity for Zach Tatro for the Warriors. Instead, it goes incomplete. Carroll is now 7 of 14. Second half of the football game is typically when the Warrior defense gets things figured out. Remember the Superior game when Superior scored a lot in the first half and hardly anything in the second. There's the handoff. Reardon picking his way through the line, has a hole up to about the 32-yard line. He's going to be brought down shy of the first down, though. Pahulke on the stop. Also out there for Rice Lake was number 19, Owen Storberg. Reardon has 8 yards on the play on his 6th carry of the game. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2 for Kaukana. That's an 8-yard gain, excuse me. Reardon this time is not going to get anything close to 8 yards. He is shoved back. Bodie Schultz, Grant Paholke, Will Svensson in there. And they're going to mark it as a loss back to the 29-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play for Reardon. 4th down now, and they're going to go for it. Big rolling of the dice here by the Galloping Ghosts. 4th and a 5. Back to throw, Carroll, looking, going to run for it himself. Penalty marker down, and he's going to be brought down, maybe close to the 1st down, but we'll see what that flag is all about. It looked like it was thrown right in front of the Rice Lake bench at about the 42. Carroll was brought down at the 35, and that would have been enough for a 1st down. But let's see what the call is going to be here. It was thrown in the vicinity of a Kaukana receiver and a Rice Lake defender. And so what have we got? A holding call against Rice Lake. Defensive holding. And now Kaukana will have the choice between the play, which is enough for a 1st down, or the penalty, which would be marked presumably from the line of scrimmage and result in a couple of 3 extra yards. Let's see what the call is. Either way, they're going to come out of here with a 1st down. All right, they're going to go back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to take the penalty, and that will move it up to the 39-yard line and give them an extra 4 yards and a 1st down. Either way, their 9th of the game, and that is the 3rd penalty of the game for a total of 20 yards now on the Warriors. So a critical 4th down play turns out right for Kaukana, and here they are 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Trailing 30-14. Carroll back to throw. Firing right sideline. Got his man. That is Wyanberg. He is undercut out there and brought down at about the 49-yard line. Hoffman on Braxton Wager make that on the stop. Gain of 9, they say. For Wyanberg, his 5th catch. 2nd and 1 for Kaukana. 2 wideouts come here to the left and 2 more to the right. Joe back in there as a running back, but the pass is thrown to the right side and caught, and out of bounds is Bauer. And that'll be a 1st down for Kaukana, their 10th of the game. And they will spot the ball at the Rice Lake 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11 on the play. No, down to the 40, a gain of 12, and we have a Rice Lake player down over on the Kaukana sideline. And limping off the field, but under his own steam, is Owen Storberg, and he's going to be all right. By rule, he must be out for at least 1 play. So we're at the 40-yard line of Rice Lake. Kaukana trailing 30-14. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. And we're ready to go. 3 wideouts to the left. Back to throw, Carroll. Throwing short to his running back, Job, who is drilled at the line of scrimmage. Grant Paholke making that one. Joby, no gain, I guess. They say, all right. 2nd and 10 for Appleton, or for Kaukana, I beg your pardon. Back to throw. Carroll again fires right side, got his man and out of bounds after a gain of about 7 or 8. Again, Weinberg, is it? No, that is Bauer again. And that gain is 6 yards on the play. 3rd down and 4 for the Ghosts. Carroll looks right, hesitates, rolls to his right, fires right sideline. It is knocked down. Incomplete. Bauer, the intended receiver, at about the 28-yard line. 4th down now for the Galloping Ghosts. They are out of Weinberg's field goal range by about 10 yards. They need this first down here to keep things going. Minute 27 to go, 3rd quarter. Rice Lake the lead, 30-14. Bauer goes wide right. Weinberg over here on the left, along with another wideout. Carroll has been in the pistol all night long. Back to throw, looking, in trouble, rolling, fires at the last possible second, incomplete, and the Warriors force a turnover on downs. If he had not thrown that pass, he would have been sacked, and the Warriors would get better field position out of it, but a big defensive stand for Rice Lake. The first turnover on downs we have had in the football game. And the Warriors take over with 1 minute and 21 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And they are at their own 34-yard line. A drive and a score here would pretty much wrap things up, as it would extend well into the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter most likely. Here's Paholke handing off to Jack Larson up the middle. And maybe a yard on the play. Yep, they'll say a yard officially. All right, we'll go with that. 2nd down and 9 for Rice Lake. We're in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Last year in the first round here, the Warriors defeated DeForest 56-22. Pitch right side. It is Xander Easton, who is dropped back at the 30 by Will Clark. And Xander flexing that left leg, but he's pulled to his feet. He's going to be all right. That is Hoffman, I beg your pardon. And that's going to be a loss of 5 yards on the play. The first time tonight, one of the rare times Rice Lake has had negative yardage on a play. So we're in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd period with our score. Rice Lake 30, Kaukana 14. We're back in 1 minute. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Hi, I'm Sue from Travel Designers Travel Leaders of Rice Lake, and I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague Denise from Travel Leaders Eau Claire. Thanks, Sue, and we've got some exciting news. As of November 1st, our Rice Lake office will merge with Eau Claire, and your travel dreams will be fulfilled by Denise and her experienced staff. We're looking forward to giving Sue's Rice Lake area clients the same excellent service they've enjoyed for so many years. So call Travel Leaders Eau Claire at 715-834-2686 and make those vacation dreams come true.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $3,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Back we come to Pugmont Field in Rice Lake as we begin our 4th quarter. The score is Rice Lake 30 and Kaukana 14. In Chautauqua, middle of the 2nd quarter, Shatek Weyerhaeuser trailing Fall Creek 20-0. And after one period in St. Croix Falls, the Barron Golden Bears lead the Saints 7-0. Remember, those games got underway at about 7 o'clock. We were an hour earlier. And Rice Lake now facing a 3rd and 14, faking the pitch. Paholke looking to run himself, in trouble. He's going to be brought down and maybe got a gain of 2 on the play. Good defense by the Ghosts downfield, and Rice Lake will have to punt the football away. 2-yard gain for Grant on that play. And Kaukana getting what it wanted here, a stop and a 3-and-out for Rice Lake. Hoffman back to punt. He's punted twice tonight, averaging 36.5. Big rush. He is knocked down, no flag. A fair catch is signaled back at the 40. Aaron might have been acting a little bit there, to be quite honest with you. Fans wanted a roughing the punter, but no flag thrown. It is a 27-yard punt. So Rice Lake's first possession, or final possession of the third quarter, doesn't get much going. Carroll to throw, left side, got his man on first down, and he's going to be out of bounds at about the, at the 49-yard line. Weinberg again. Gain of 9. Weinberg now with 6 catches for 57 yards. 2nd and 1 for Kaukana. Triples to the right, 1 to the left. Carroll to throw again. Looking, fires across the middle. It is caught out there and dropped at the Rice Lake 36-yard line. On the catch, that is, looks like Gustman.
Carroll's pass over the middle, complete to Renau. Enough for another Kaukana first down.
Back to throw. Gustman again, or Carroll again, left side. And that one is caught, or is he inbounds or not?
Pass intended for number 7, Bauer.
That one is incomplete.
Incomplete. 2nd down and 10, Kaukana.
Back to throw again. Carroll on 2nd and 10. Left side. That one is caught out there by Weinberg.
Ryan Carroll's pass is complete to number 1, Weinberg. Brings the ball to the 20-yard line of Rice Lake. First down.
A 16-yard pickup to Weinberg. And the Galloping Ghosts are moving down the field. Carroll back to throw again. Big rush this time. Gets free of it. Rolling left side. He is nailed and dropped out of bounds for a loss of about 2. Hoffman among those on the initial surge. Bodie Schultz in there to help knock him out of bounds. They were in him on big time right there. It'll go as a loss on the play of 2 yards. And we have a 2nd down at about 12 for Kaukana from the Rice Lake 22 as we approach the 10-minute mark in the 4th quarter. 30-14 Rice Lake. Ghosts need a score to get back into the football game. Carroll to throw. Left side, got his man and brought down to about the 12-yard line. And that was Bowers on the catch. They'll mark this one at the 12. Bauer with his fifth catch. 3rd and 3. Carroll to throw again. Heavy pressure. Left side. Penalty marker down. Ball is incomplete. Looking for Bauer at the corner of the end zone. And we might have a holding call against Kaukana coming up. If the play stands, it'll be 4th down. It's going to be against the Ghosts. Holding against Kaukana. And now, Dan Hill's got to think about field position right here. Kaukana thinks that Rice Lake is going to accept that penalty, which you rarely turn down a major penalty. But they haven't placed the football yet. Now they're going to. So the penalty against Kaukana is their 5th for a total of 47 yards. That's their first penalty of the second half. And it moves it back to the 22-yard line. 3rd down and 13 now for Kaukana. Back to throw, Carroll. Across the middle, he's got his man. Larson brings the receiver down right away. Fourth down for the Ghosts at the Rice Lake 17. It's a gain of only 5. This is the play of the game for Kaukana. They need at least 7 yards here. Back to throw is Carroll. Heavy rush, firing right side. Caught at the 5, in for the touchdown. Kavanaugh Weinberg. 16 yards out, and the Ghosts are back in it. It is now 30-20. Weinberg with catch number 8. His biggest of the game, no doubt. He's got 89 yards total. And now the big decision for Kaukana to go for 2 or 1. They've kicked previously. They're going to go for 2 here, which would bring them within 8. They don't really have a lot of choice. This would bring it back to a 1-score game. Right side, got his man, and then dropped short of the goal line. The pass caught by Bennett Geltner, but the Warriors bring him down. Jack Larson among those on the stop, and the conversion attempt fails. The score remains Rice Lake 30, Kaukana 20. 8:36 to go in the game. We'll be back in half a minute. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Hi, it's Courtney with Inner Strength Health and Wellness. As we age, our bodies naturally start to reduce hormone production. When hormones are out of balance, people can experience brain fog, loss of muscle mass, mood changes, decrease in sex drive, inability to lose weight, and more. BioT, the leader in hormone replacement therapy, can restore and balance your hormones. Visit us at innerstrengthhealth.org, find us on Facebook, and call us today to start your journey to better health and wellness.
You're gonna love how you feel.
The best country station. Number 1, 96.1 WJMC Rice Lake.
All right, we're back here at Puglin Field. We have a closer game now, but it's still a 2-score game, and Rice Lake is on the positive side of that, leading 30-20. Kaukana failing on the 2-point conversion attempt, and that keeps it a 10-point advantage for the Warriors. Rice Lake with a chance now to put this one in the win column with a long drive, at least time-consuming. There's the kickoff by Weinberg. Hoffman picks it up at the 10. 15, 20. Penalty marker thrown. He's brought down at the 24-yard line. 25 make it. Let's see what the call is. Flag thrown at the 20. We have an illegal block in the back on Rice Lake. And so they'll go back to the spot of the foul. and march off 10. Half the distance to the goal. Penalty number 4 on the Warriors for a total of 30 yards in the game. So we have 8 minutes and 32 seconds to play. Rice Lake gets it at their 10. Kaukana needs a stop here and a 3 and out very badly if they want to have any hope at all of winning this football game. Pahulke, the keeper. Pahulke through the line to the 15 and up to about the 17-yard line. Make it 18. Gain of 8 on the play for Grant. He does not want his senior season to end here tonight. All of the seniors on this team want their season to end at Camp Randall, preferably hoisting the gold trophy, as they helped another group of seniors and juniors to do back in 2023. This year's seniors have had the benefit of 2 consecutive runs to Madison, which gave them an additional 10 weeks of practice total. That gives them, that's more than a full season. It's like they're 5th-year seniors. 7:45 and counting. Handing off, no pitch, right side. Here comes Hoffman. Hoffman, speed up the right sideline. He evades 2 or 3 tackles, and he's finally brought out of bounds at the 30, make it the 29-yard line. But it'll be a first down for the Warriors. 11-yard pickup for Aaron Hoffman. Aaron having a big game. He's got 106 yards. That's Rice Lake's 13th first down. Kaukana also with 13. But the Warriors lead at the pay window 30-20, and that's what counts. They'll call it the 29-yard line. Gain of 11 for Aaron. First and 10 Warriors at their own 29, 7:15 and counting. Larson driving across the 30 for a couple of tough yards. Now the Kaukana coaching staff with head coach Matt Binsfield has to start thinking about when he wants to use his timeouts. It is a gain of, let's call it 3 on the play for Larson. Second down and about 7 yards to go for Rice Lake. Cronquist comes wide to the left. 6:40 and counting. Warriors up 10. Avoid a turnover here at all costs. Long count for Pahulke. There's the handoff. No, the pitch. Left side. Nice block. Outside in the end, and Hoffman gets a first down out to the 40-yard line. Big block out there from Xander Easton. An 8-yard gain on the play. That was Hoffman. Easton had the block. Aaron with 114 yards now. That was a big play for Rice Lake. First and 10 from their own 40. Clock rolls under 6 minutes to play. Warriors that far away from the second round. Now they're going to start watching for that back judge to start counting down the play clock. And now the snap. The pitch, left side. Rolling up the left side is Xander Easton. He's finally thrown out of bounds inside Kaukana territory for another Warrior first down. 11-yard pickup to Easton for only his second carry. And I think the Kaukana Galloping Ghosts are starting to think about galloping home. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to play. The clock stops on the out-of-bounds play. Kaukana has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. And now on first and 10 from the Kaukana 49, Will Svensson goes to the right. Easton and Hoffman are the wings. Larson the fullback. Hoffman in motion. Handoff, Jack Larson plowing ahead. Still going across the 40, or 5 rather. And now will they blow the play dead at the 45. Gain of 4 yards. 48 yards now for Jack on 17 carries. Second and 6 for the Warriors at the Kaukana 45-yard line. 5-10 and counting. Svensson wide right to the wide side of the field. Cronquist over here to the narrow side. Hoffman in motion. Paholke keeping it himself. He is stripped and brought down on a nice play in the backfield there by Kaukana's Luke Tetzlaff, who's had a nice game on defense. It is a loss of 2. Okay. Brings up a 3rd down and 8 now for Rice Lake. Hoffman in motion, takes the pitch, rolling right, a block from Easton, dancing up the right sideline. He's going to be dropped and knocked out of bounds, or was it inbounds? Must be out of bounds with 4:13 to go, and that will bring up a 4th and short for Rice Lake. They're 3 yards away from the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play for Hoffman. So here's a big play here. The Ghosts desperately need a stop on this play. If the Warriors can get a first down, they can run the clock out. 4th down and 3. Hoffman again in motion, or Easton in motion, and then Paholke looking over to the sideline. The Ghosts do not bite. Clark will start at the snap, and then offside against the Warriors. And not much question about it. And that will change things considerably, because now, instead of 4th and 3, it's 4th and 8 after Rice Lake's 5th penalty of the football game. 4th and 8 now, back at the Rice Lake, or make it the Kaukana 47, and that changes Dan Hill's mind. He's going to punt the football away. Hoffman will be in to punt. Needs a good one here. Weinberg is deep for Kaukana, standing at his own 12. The snap. Hoffman, no rush, kick. He kicks it away from Weinberg. It takes a great Rice Lake bounce. Weinberg picks it up, and he's going to be dropped out of bounds immediately at about the 12-yard line. So Hoffman gets the job done. A punt of about 35 yards. 34-yard punt, make that. That's the 4th punt of the game for Hoffman, the most he's had all year. Four minutes and 5 seconds to go in the game. Carroll to throw for Kaukana, throwing right sideline. Got his man Schwalbach, hit the hook and ladder play up the right sideline, and he got the lateral to Gustman.
Carroll's pass complete to number 88, Schwalbach. He tosses it to number 16, Gustman.
Gustman gets the ball to the 41. It is a first down. The initial pass was to the 32-yard line. Back to throw is Carroll again. Right sideline. It is caught, and out of bounds is Gustman again. And we'll stop the clock at the 46-yard line.
Number 16, Gustman with the catch. Gain of 5, 2nd down. Ghost.
Back to throw, Carroll firing deep, left sideline, one-on-one coverage, incomplete. And that'll ring up a 3rd down situation. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 situation. 3:46 The clock stops on the incompletion. Critical play coming up here for the Ghosts. They will certainly go for it on 4th down if they don't get the first down here. Carroll to throw. Fire a quick pop right side. Got his man. First down and out of bounds is Bauer at the Rice Lake 48-yard line. So it is a gain of 6 yards, enough for Kaukana's 10th first down. .249 yards passing for Carroll. Big first down for the Ghosts. They have 2 men to the wide side to the left, 2 here to the right, and a timeout has been called by Rice Lake. 3:43 to play in the game, and our score is Rice Lake 30 and Kaukana 20. We'll keep it right here for this one. The Warriors have 2 timeouts remaining, Kaukana with all 3. Okay, ideally, of course, for the Warriors, you want to keep them out of the end zone entirely. If Kaukana is able to get a touchdown, would they go for 2 and bring it within 2 points? But if they fail to convert, they would still be 4 points behind. Or if they score a touchdown, would they take the more reliable Weinberg for the extra point kick and then be 3 points away, an onside kick, and hopefully getting them into field goal range to force overtime? The Warriors can alleviate all of that by holding them here. 1st and 10, Kaukana at the Rice Lake 48. Clock will start with the snap, 3:43. Carroll back to throw. In trouble. Heavy pressure. Pahokie's after him. Penalty marker down. Pass is incomplete. And we may have a holding call coming up against Kaukana. We do. Now Dan Hill will have to make a decision here. Take the penalty and still leave them with first down, or take the play, an incomplete pass, and leave them with 2nd down and 10. Again, you rarely decline a major penalty, and they're not going to do that here. Penalty number 6 on the Ghosts for 57 yards. Rice Lake has 5 for 35. Rice Lake has had all of its penalties in this second half. Now 1st and 20 for Kaukana. 3:36 to play. Warrior lead is 10. Carroll to throw. Looking left. Firing. Left sideline. It is caught by Weinberg. And he's down at about the 39, close to a first down. And they say that will be enough for the first down. A 20-yard pickup. Kavanaugh Weinberg. His 9th catch of the game. Has 109 yards. First down for the Ghosts. Pass left side. Caught out there and out of bounds is Weinberg again. And this might be enough for another Kaukana first down. And it, let's see, will be, yes, at the 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12. 10th catch for this kid. First down number 16 for Kaukana. Wide side is to the right of the quarterback, Carroll. Back to throw he goes. Looking, in trouble. He's going to run. No, he's going to throw. End zone. Incomplete. A great defensive play by Will Svensson, knocking the ball away from the intended receiver. Had TD written all over that one, but Svensson makes the play. The intended receiver out there was Gustman. And now, with 3:05 to go, 2nd and 10 for Kaukana at the Rice Lake 26. Empty backfield. Carroll throwing left sideline. It is through the hands of Weinberg. Incomplete. 3:01 to play. Now, they have to start thinking of that first down. Again, Kaukana has all 3 timeouts remaining. Rice Lake has 2. Dan Hill not inclined to call one now, unless he calls one with the clock already stopped in order to set his defense. Weinberg will come over here along with 2 other buddies to his right. Bauer on the left to the narrow side. Carroll to throw again. Looking, firing right side. Got his man in the flat. And he's going to be caught but dropped at about the 24-yard line. That is the running back, Reardon, with his first catch. And it is a gain of 3 yards on the play to the 23-yard line. 4th down. And we have a whistle and a timeout called by Kaukana just before the snap. It was a gain of 3 on the pass. We'll keep it right here. 4th down and 7 for Kaukana. 2:32 to play. Now, the Warriors and Dan Hill are going to have to decide how they're going to play this. Do they think Kaukana is just going to try and pick up 8 or 10 to get the first down? Or will Matt Binsfield over there on the Kaukana sideline try and cross him up and go for the deep ball to the end zone? You could bet that they will flood the middle of the field as well as send 1 or 2 men deep. 2:32, and then Carroll will have to make a quick decision. If he goes too short, even if it's caught, could be brought down shy of the first down, and the Rice Lake would have the game. Here we go. 2 minutes and 32 seconds to play. Rice Lake up by 10. 4th down, 7 for Kaukana at the Warrior 23. And they do not, now they're going to try a field goal. A 40-yarder for Wyanberg. This would be close to his longest of the season. The snap, the kick, it's long enough, and it is no good. Wyanberg misses from 40 yards, and the Warriors are going to be going to the second round, barring a catastrophe here in the final 2 minutes and 28 seconds of the football game. Well, that was a gutsy call. They were going to go for the first down, and then Binsfield, the Kaukana coach, called a timeout just before the snap, changed his mind, sent his field goal unit out. Kavanaugh Wyanberg had hit 6 out of 6 before that attempt. His longest was 41 yards. And he is a senior, and that could be his last high school field goal attempt. Here's the pitch, right side. Aaron Hoffman is going to be dropped for a loss. No, still struggling. He might have gotten back to that 20-yard line. No gain on the play. Great effort by Hoffman to turn a loss into no gain. He's got 14 carries and 119 yards. I believe that's his high water mark of the season. He came in with 415 yards, averaging about 35 per game. About 45, I beg your pardon. 1:43 and counting. Warriors taking their time. Handing off. Nope, that's Paholke faking the handoff to Larson. He keeps it himself. Don't want to risk a fumble on the exchange. Kaukana is going to, I believe, call another timeout. Yes, we'll keep it right here. Kaukana has 1 left now. Rice Lake with 2, although Dan Hill will certainly not be inclined to call anything. A gain of 3 yards on the play for Paholke on his 15th carry. He's got 60 yards. All right. Well, halftime in St. Croix Falls, the Saints leading Barron 16-7. Halftime in Chautauqua, the Crickets of Fall Creek leading Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser 20-0. We're going to try and get a score on that Tosa East and Milwaukee King game. 3rd down and 7 for the Warriors. Minute 33 to go. They got to start thinking about getting a first down here. Paholke will roll to his left. He's going to throw over here. Caught out there at the 30-yard line, and down is Will Svensson. But did he make the first down? The Kaukana defenders are saying no. He only had to get to the 30, and he did. The tail of the ball is on the 30-yard line, and the clock's still running. A 10-yard gain on the play. Only the 4th completion of the night for Paholke. Svensson with 3 of them. First down, number 16 for the Warriors, and they can roll this baby up. They're going to the victory formation. 57 seconds to play. Paholke takes the knee, the 2-yard loss. Second down and 12. They will have to run one more play, I believe. And another kneel down, and that's going to do it. And we're in the final 10 seconds of the football game. And that's going to be it. The Rice Lake Warriors advance with their 9th victory of the season and send the Galloping Ghosts home all the way back to Kaukana. The final score, Rice Lake 30 and Kaukana 20. We're back in 2 minutes. This is Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
Hi, this is the Olympic Fitness Team.
Are you ready to raise the bar with your fitness game?
At Olympic Fitness, we help athletes and the Warrior community elevate their health and reach their goals.
With 24/7 access, endless strength and cardio equipment, personal training, and free group classes like cycling, yoga, and strength training, you'll have everything you need to take your fitness to new heights.
No matter your age, ability, or experience level, raise the bar in your life by becoming a member of Olympic Fitness today. We look forward to meeting you.
Hi, I'm Sue from Travel Designers, Travel Leaders of Rice Lake, and I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague Denise from Travel Leaders Eau Claire.
Thanks, Sue, and we've got some exciting news.
As of November 1st, our Rice Lake office will merge with Eau Claire, and your travel dreams will be fulfilled by Denise and her experienced staff.
We're looking forward to giving Sue's Rice Lake area clients the same excellent service they've enjoyed for so many years.
So call Travel Leaders Eau Claire at 715-834-2686 and make those vacation dreams come true.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account fails, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit DairyStateBank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $3,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Well, we come back to Pugland Field in Rice Lake. I'm Dave Tyndall. And the Rice Lake Warriors move on in the state playoffs, advancing to round 2 for the 13th time in 14 playoff appearances under head coach Dan Hill, going back to his first one back in 2010. The only time the Warriors have not lost in the first round, or have lost, I should say, was in 2011 when they lost at Medford. And now they move on to round 2, where they will face either Milwaukee Rufus King or Wauwatosa East. Those two teams playing tonight in Milwaukee. We don't have a score on that one. We will go over what scores we do have for you in just a short period of time. Let's take a look at our unofficial statistics for the football game. The Warriors with 261 yards rushing, and that is a little bit more than their season average of 237.4. 81 yards in the air, 342 yards total, and 16 first downs. Leading the way for Rice Lake on the ground, Aaron Hoffman, a big game, 14 carries, 119 yards. Grant Paholke had 17 for 56. Jack Larson, 17 carries for 48 yards. Xander Easton, 2 for 17. Colin Hutzler, 2 for 21. Paholke was 4 of 9 passing for 81 yards. Will Svensson, 3 catches for 63. Jack Larson, 1 for 18. For the Kaukana Galloping Ghosts, not much on the ground. Aiden Reardon, 7 carries for 25 yards. And then the quarterback, Ryan Carroll, had 6 carries for 20 yards. And Mohamed Joby, 1 carry for 19. That's his only, he had only rushing touch of the game. He had caught a pass later on. Carroll completing 22 of 34 passes for 284 yards. They also had a halfback option play run by Bron Schaefer. He completed his pass for 17 yards. Kavanaugh Weinberg, 10 catches for 121 yards. Other receiving for Kaukana, Tyler Schwalbach, 3 catches for 44. Pearson Bauer had 6 catches for 93 yards. Reardon, the running back, 1 catch for 3. Also out there, Quentin Gustman had 2 catches for 29 yards. He was on the receiving end of that hook and ladder play and got an additional 9 yards from the point of that catch. So officially that's no catch for 9 yards for him. So therefore 2 receptions and 29 yards. Mohamed Joby, 1 catch, no gain. Kaukana, 64 yards rushing, 284 passing, 348 total yards, and 16 first downs. The Warriors giving up more passing yards in this game than they have all season. Previously, they gave up 241 to Wisconsin Rapids in Game 2 of the season. That was the previous high water mark for a passing attack against the Warrior defense in this season. Rice Lake with 5 penalties for 35 yards. Kaukana 6 for 57. Warriors, Aaron Hoffman punted 4 times for a total of 114 yards. That's about 35 yards per punt. That's the most punts he's had in one game all year. And Weinberg, the state's leading punter for Kaukana, had 3 punts for about 35 yards per punt, about 7 or 8 yards below his per game average. Had a rough night. He was 6 for 6 for field goals coming into the game, but his only attempt in this game, a 40-yarder in the final minute or two, was wide. The Galloping Ghosts get off to a start with 9:31 to go first quarter. They scored on a 19-yard pass from Carroll to Schwalbach. The extra point kick in that one was done by McCoy Luneau, replacing Weinberg for some reason at the last second, perhaps an equipment issue. And the kick made it 7-0. Warriors came back and tied it, a 65-yard drive. The big play, a 54-yard run by Aaron Hoffman for the score. Then he goes for 2 and makes it to give Rice Lake a lead. It would relinquish, but never fall behind again. 8-7 Rice Lake. Then with 7:48 to go second quarter, the Warriors take the lead. Extended, I should say, on a 5-yard run by Jack Larson. The conversion attempt no good, and they lead it 14-7. Kaukana came back and tied the game with 4:14 to play in the half on a 49-yard pass from Carroll to Bauer. Weinberg's kick knotted the score at 14 apiece, but the Warriors coming right back and striking on a 49-yard pass from Paholke to Svensson. And then Aaron Cronquist gets his first points of the season, if I'm not mistaken, on a pass from Hoffman for the two-pointer. And Rice Lake has the lead at the half, 22-14. The Warriors then take the second half kickoff and drove 73 yards and scored what turned out to be the clincher, a 1-yard run by Paholke. Svensson catches the two-point pass from Paholke to make it 30-14. Kaukana not done yet. Ghosts come back and score with 8:36 to play on a 16-yard pass from Carroll to Weinberg, but the pass for two was no good. That kept it a two-score game. That was a huge play, and that gave us our final score of 30-20. So Kaukana finishes its season at 4 up and 6 down. They'll have the long ride home tonight, and the seniors will be wrapping up their career, but they gave the Warriors a heck of a fight. They won their season finale at home against Appleton East last week, and then they had given conference co-champion Kimberly a heck of a game the week before, losing 8-6, failing to convert a two-point conversion with 3 seconds left that would have forced overtime. They'll go home. The Warriors move on to round 2. They will play right here next Friday night against either Wauwatosa East or Milwaukee King. We're unable to get a score on that game, but we will be on the air for you at maybe, again, our earlier time. But stay tuned to our stations, especially next Thursday or Friday, and we will make sure you have the correct time for the game. I'm guessing that they will also have an earlier start for that game as well. Other scores that we have: third quarter in the Division 6 game in Chautauqua, Fall Creek all over the Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs, 26-0. And in St. Croix Falls in Division 5, last score we had, St. Croix Falls leading Barron at halftime, 16-7. Other scores as we take a quick look at what else we can find here. World Series Game 1, bottom of 4 in Toronto. The Dodgers lead the Blue Jays by the score of 2-0. And LA getting its 2 runs on a Enrique Hernandez RBI single in the second, and then a Will Smith single in the third inning. And finally, in NBA action tonight, the Bucks in their first road game defeating Toronto 122-116. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 31 points, 20 rebounds, and 7 assists in that one. Reminder, we have Badger football on the air for you tomorrow evening from Eugene, Oregon. The Badgers and the 6th-ranked Ducks of Oregon. 4 p.m. is our pregame. Kickoff just after 6. Packers on Sunday night from Pittsburgh against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Pregame show on the air at 5 p.m. Kickoff at about 7:20 on Sunday evening. That'll about do it. We want to thank our sponsors for bringing you all the action. Our hosts here at Rice Lake High School will be back here again for more home cooking next Friday night. Want to thank our engineer back at the studio, Mike Carlson, and our YouTube folks here tonight. Nice job by Ella Newhouse and Daniel Broker. And thank you folks out there for hanging in there with us. Our final score once again: Rice Lake moves on. Round 2 of the playoffs next week. It's the Warriors 30 and Kaukana 20. I'm Dave Tyndall. So long from Pugland Field. This has been Warrior Football on WJMC and YouTube.
WJMC Sports wants to thank you for listening to Rice Lake Warrior High School Football, the Mosaic Technologies Game of the Week. Today's game has been brought to you by Mosaic Technologies, Swant Motor Company, Computers with Bike, Pumps Tire and Service, Bush & Gillis Furniture, Baraboo Implement, American Insurance Services, Northview Eye Associates, Rice Lake Weighing Systems, Inner Strength, Health and Wellness, Amundsen's Appliance, Rice Lake Area Schools, Diamond Designs by Bodis, LinkMotors.com.